Hello and welcome back. My Virginia Derby picks did not turn out that great. Lock, Stock, and Pharaoh, he ran well for like three-fourths of the race, and then he faded. I don't think it was the surface, I think it was the distance. And Incredible, I didn't have him at all. Congratulations if you had him. He was value odds, he paid well. Let's move on to the Louisiana Derby at Fairgrounds. It's this Saturday, and it's a good field. Let's talk about it. Number 1, Pavlovian. I don't like this horse at all as a bet, but I do think he's a pace threat in this race. From the rail, I think he'll be hustled out of there. Maybe not on a lead, but I think he'll be close. And you see he showed speed in the Sunland Derby. Under 1C and 2C it says plus 4, plus 8. And you see the fractions 23, 46, and 110. So I think he has the speed to pressure Chip Honcho if they hustle him out of the gate. And I think he'll be close up there. Even if he's not on a lead, I think he'll be within one length of the leaders. So Pavlovian might add some pace to this race. Otherwise, I don't like him at all, so I'm just going to skip him. Number 2, Autobond. He broke his maiden in a 9 furlong race at Gulfstream on February 21, and when you watch this race, he looks like the kind of horse that wants to go even longer, and you see him idling on the lead. He has no second gear, he just goes at the same pace, and he is drawing clear, but maybe the other horses are bad, but he looks like the kind of horse that wants to go a mile and one-fourth, maybe even 12 furlongs. And he does get a mile and 3/16 in this race. I still think he's too slow, so I'm not going to use him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well. Autobahn, I just wanted to show his clip in case anyone wanted to find reasons to bet this horse. He does look like the kind of horse that will appreciate the added distance, but I still think he's too slow, so I'm not going to use him. Number 3, Chip Honcho. He gave an improved effort in the Risen Star Stakes. You see, he had the lead for most of the race, and he just lost by half a length to Paladin. We have the clip up here, and I do think this was an improved effort because in his other races this year, he would fade slightly in the stretch, but this time he kept going, and in fact, he opened up on the rest of the field. You see Golden Tempo on the outside. He's going to pick up third. But he couldn't hold off Paladin, and I just think that Paladin is a good horse. I don't think it's the distance that caused Chip Honcho to get defeated here. I think he just lost to a good horse in Paladin. The problem is, there's other speed in this race, as I pointed out. Pavlovian on the inside, he showed speed in the Sunland Derby, and starting from the rail, he might be forced to show speed if he wants to get good position. And also on the outside, Blacksmith, he showed improved speed in his maiden win, and maybe Baffert will just send him up front to pressure Chip Honcho. I don't think Chip Honcho will be left alone, and I will rank him in my top 4, but I don't like him to win. Chip Honcho is a contender in this race if he gets loose on the lead. Let's move on to number 4, Universe. Number 4, Universe. I don't like him. I know that the winner of the Street Sense Stakes, Incredible, just came back to win the Virginia Derby last weekend. I still don't like this horse. He was 4th by 7 3/4 of a length in the Risen Star, 7th by 11 lengths in the Smarty Jones. Maybe I could forgive that because of the slow pace, but still, he was well beaten in the Risen Star. And Chip Honcho and Golden Tempo were both ahead of him, so why wouldn't I just pick one of those two if I was going to take one horse from the Risen Star Stakes? I don't like Universe. I think he's overrated. Let's move on. Number 5, Golden Tempo. He was 3rd by 6 lengths in the Risen Star. I don't like him that much. I know that's surprising to hear. He always starts from way back, 9 or 10 lengths back. The blinkers do come on. Maybe that will help with the speed. I still think he showed not much in the Risen Star. We have the clip up here, and he's on the outside making his move. And we have Carson Street in 3rd. And Chip Honcho and Paladin are in their own race up front. So why would I like Golden Tempo? He was way back, 3rd by 6 lengths. Well, I guess the distance might help. There's more distance in this race, and maybe not every horse can handle the distance. I still wish he showed more in the Risen Star. He was no threat at all. And maybe the blinkers help. I just can't take him. I know he's going to be bet because Sherry DeVoe trains him. He's a Curlin colt. Fifth Stable is a familiar name, and bettors like to bet familiar names and familiar owners and trainers. I'm gonna skip him. If I do play him, maybe he's third or fourth in my ticket, but I just don't like him in the top two spots. So, Golden Tempo, he's probably nothing more than an underneath horse for me. Number 6, Spirit of Royal. I don't like him either. I know trainer Dallas Stewart sometimes gets big long shots to finish in the trifecta, but this one needs to show more. He was ninth in the Southwest Stakes, and his maiden win wasn't that fast, so I don't see how I can pick him in this race. Spirit of Royal, not for me. Number 7, Blacksmith. He showed improved speed in his maiden win on February 20. You see the fractions 22.46, and under 1C and 2C it says +7, +9. He was pressing the leader, and he drew off by 3 3/4 of a length. We have the clip up here, and you see him putting away Authentic Patriot on the inside. And right now, Blacksmith has the lead, and Plagiarist is in third. He's going to come in for second, but he's no threat. Blacksmith has this race easily, and he's just cruising home to the wire. And it's a very good effort. Finally, he won a race. So I think he'll be a pace threat in this race. Is he good enough to win? He has the pedigree for it. We talked about him before, but on his dam line, it extends to Better Than Honor. The same dam for Jazeel and Rags to Riches, both Belmont Stakes winners. This is a very similar line to Archangelo from a couple of years ago. Archangel, he won the Travers, and he won the Belmont Stakes. And you see Better Than Honor, teaming, just like Blacksmith, Better Than Honor, teaming. The only difference is that Blacksmith's line extends a bit more. And Curlin is the dam sire. Liam's Map is the sire. That's fine. I think the bottom line cancels out any sprinter or miler influence on top. And I just think this horse wants to go as long as possible. Well, maybe at least a mile and 1/8 or a mile and 1/4. Is he good enough to win this race? That is a question. I'm kind of concerned because Bob Baffert, whenever he ships a horse east, he has not been winning. Litmus Test, Butane, they both lost. So, I don't know if I want Blacksmith to win. Maybe underneath would be the best spot for him. Maybe second or third. Let's talk about the last two horses in this race. Number 8, Easterly. He has a good pedigree for stretching out. We're going to talk about it. But first, let's watch his maiden win on February 7 at Gulfstream. You see he's in between horses right now. The jockey's wearing all white. Mr. Miracle is on the inside. Fourth Dimension is on the outside. And Easterly's going to grind his way to the win. He's going to separate towards the wire. That's a good sign that he wants more distance. And it was an okay win. Not that fast. And I think the Brees number was kind of low, 87. But he stretches out to a mile and 3/16. That could change things. And again, he has the pedigree. We have it up here. Dakota Wind is a half-sister to Delightful Kiss. Who is Delightful Kiss? You see that he was second in the Clark Handicap in 2008. And also he was the Ohio Derby winner in 2007. So he won a couple of good races. The point is, he was a router in his career. And also, Easterly has Tisnow as a dam sire, Uncle Mo as a sire. I think there's plenty of route in his pedigree. It's just a question of whether or not he's good enough at this level. I think I'll put him underneath in second or third. Maybe he could add some value to the exacta or trifecta. I don't know if he's fast enough to win, though. So Easterly, he might benefit from the stretch out. I'm still kind of iffy on whether or not he's fast enough to win this race. I think he'll be up there in the mix in the stretch run. Let's close this out. Number 9, Emerging Market. He broke his maiden at Tampa Bay Downs. And we've talked about this race before. He won by 3/4 of a length over Power Shift, who did not back up the race in the Tampa Bay Derby. He ran 5th in that race and he was flat. But in Power Shift's defense, he didn't have the best trip. He broke kind of slow, and he was behind horses. Maybe he didn't like taking dirt. Emerging Market, he ran a fast race in the maiden race. We have the clip up here, and you see them fighting in the stretch. They were bumping each other earlier on. They're still bumping each other. Power Shift is on the inside. Emerging Market is on the outside. And Emerging Market is going to be handwritten to the wire, and he's inching clear at this point. Visually, it was a powerful win. And even though Power Shift didn't back it up, the time for that race was fast. You see in the charts, it says 1:39.11. Emerging Market won that race in 1:39.11. And later on the same card was the Suncoast Stakes for 3-year-old fillies, and Zadie won in 140.56. I realized the pace scenario was different in that race, but still, I thought the time for Emerging Market was impressive, and I'm going to give Emerging Market a chance. Let's take a look at his pedigree, though, before we stop talking about him. Emerging Market, you see Candy right on top, that's fine. And in his female family, we have Empire Maker, Seeking the Gold, Affirm, the Triple Crown winner. So I think that's enough. I think there's enough names there that you don't need to look too deeply at the female names. And so Emerging Market, I think a mile 3/16 would be fine for him. It's just a question of whether or not he has enough seasoning. That worries me a little bit, but I'm still going to pick him. Maybe his talent will overcome it. And he does have an outside post, so maybe the traffic won't be a big deal. I think he has enough tactical speed to be in third, fourth, or fifth early on. And I'm just going to pick him. I know that he's not really going to be 6-1 in this race. If you look at the morning line, he's 6-1. Maybe 2-1 or 5-2, more realistic. I still think that's fine. I think very highly of him. So Emerging Market is my top choice for the Louisiana Derby. And let's wrap this up. Underneath Emerging Market, I would want Blacksmith. Like I talked about, Blacksmith has the better than honor line, so I think he's going to like a mile 3/16 too, even though Liam's map is on top. And also, I'm going to give Easterly a chance. Easterly, as I said, the dam is a half-sister to Delightful Kiss, who was a router, and Uncle Mo's on top. Tiz now is a dam sire. He looks like the kind of horse that wants to stretch out. I'm going to give him a chance underneath. So Easterly and Blacksmith are my underneath horses. I'll just put Chip Honcho in third. I still respect him for finishing second in the Risen Star and only losing by half a length to Paladin. Those are my top four for the Louisiana Derby at Fairgrounds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.